Welcome back to BBA final year retail management class. Till now, you can see we have completed 4 units. Okay. What are those 4 units? Let us have a quick glance at the 4 units. Okay. Then we will go to the last unit, that is 5th unit. Okay, I am opening, just a minute. See, this is our syllabus. In the first unit, we have learned about introduction to retail management. The second unit, retail formats and theories we have learned. In the third unit, we learned about merchandise management. And the fourth unit is about retail store design. Okay, we will learn about this unit. I am starting this unit, that is distribution management. Yes, any doubts up to these 4 units? You can raise any questions. If you have any doubts, you can type in the chat box at least, if you have any doubts. Shall I start the 5th unit? Is it clear? Yes, please. Is it clear? Okay, Aditya, yes, sir. Okay. Nagendra Prasad, good morning. It is clear. Start Uma Maheshwar. Okay, thank you. Okay, right. So now coming to the 5th unit. Yes, are you able to see this? See the notes? Good morning, Nagendra Prasad. So distribution. How do you define distribution? In the previous class, I introduced the word distribution, the concept of distribution. Okay, what is distribution? So somebody told me that it is what you call as a sharing. Distribution means a share and give. And yes, what are your thoughts on distribution? What do you mean by distribution? It is giving. Distribution means giving, sharing. And another word also you have mentioned in the previous class, in the introductory class. What is it? Giving, sharing, and another word also somebody introduced. Aditya, Karthik, and Pooja interacted in the last class. Distribution refers to giving. Distribution refers to sharing. Distribution refers to supplying. And another word also you mentioned. I have forgotten that word. What is that word? Okay. Okay. Distribution means sharing, giving, supplying. Okay, fine. So in ordinary sense, distribution means this. Okay. The concept. But before we go to distribution management, the word distribution, deeper understanding of distribution, in the definition itself, we may come across certain utility. What is utility? First, let me ask you a question. What is utility? What is utility? Utility means what? What do you mean by utility? Yes, utility means what? Hello, are you able to hear me? Okay.
Useful, I think.
Very good, very good. Utility means usefulness. Uma Maheshwar, very good. Thank you. I am unable to. Your voice is not clear, Pooja. You chat. You type in the chat box. Type in the chat box. Utility means usefulness. See, before I go to distribution management or the concept of distribution, let us discuss something about utility. Okay. See, I have opened this. You can see in the internet itself, from internet source I have opened. Okay. The state of being profitable, beneficial. Okay, very good. Karthik mentioned beneficial. Okay, fine. Pooja mentioned the state of being profitable. Okay, very good. Fine, fine. Okay, thank you. See, different kinds of utilities will be there in the market. What are the different types of? Yeah, are you able to see this screen? Types of utilities. Can you see this? Directly from internet source?
Yes,
Okay, okay, right. See, first kind is farm utility. Farm utility means, see, I want a pen. Directly with plastic I cannot write. With ink I cannot write. With raw ink I cannot write. With plastic I cannot write. With steel I cannot write. What the manufacturer will do? He will take all the raw material. Raw material he will take. It may be plastic, it may be steel, it may be ink, it may be any other raw material that is required to prepare a pen. So that's what he is doing. Manufacturing, in a manufacturing process, he is changing, the producer is changing the form of the product. Form of the raw material he is changing into finished product. So for goods and services, you have farm utility. Okay, first one is farm utility. See, you can see description: conversion of raw materials and components into finished goods and services. Okay, for example, also he gave Tata Motors offering cars and trucks, Nokia producing mobile phones. So these are the examples. Raw materials, they will convert into finished products and finished goods and services. So that is farm utility. Okay, this is done by the process of production. Okay, similarly, time utility. How time utility can be achieved? See, in our regular class also I explained several times. See, agricultural produce that is produced, agricultural produce is produced in only a few seasons. Okay, whereas we are consuming the agricultural products for the entire year. You take the case of paddy, you take the case of wheat, you take the case of pulses. Only in a few seasons, crop is going to come into our hand. Okay, whereas we are utilizing, we are consuming, our consumption is for the entire year. How it is possible? It is possible because of time utility. Time utility, what we are doing? We are keeping them in godowns or warehouses. Okay, warehouse we are using. Warehouse, or otherwise it is also known as godown. Okay, outside our city you can see several cold storage houses are there. Several cold storage facility, big buildings are constructed. Am I correct? Have you seen?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Market yards, very good. Outside the city you can see big buildings, constructions that is specially marked for storing of the agricultural products, agricultural produce. It may be mirch, it may be wheat, it may be pulses, it may be paddy. So warehouses are providing us the time utility. That is part and parcel of marketing. Okay, see, you can see description: availability of goods and services when consumer want them. See, we want goods and services throughout the year, but production takes place only a few seasons, only during particular days. So time utility is required. Then place utility. How it is possible? Place. See, product is produced in Hyderabad, or product is produced in Mumbai, product is produced in Delhi, but we are consuming in our villages, in our rural areas also we are consuming. How it is possible? What is providing us place utility? Transportation, transport facilities, they are providing us this place utility. Okay, production takes place here only in a particular places, whereas consumers who are spread across the country, across the world, sometimes if it is a world market, means across the world, across the globe, consumers are purchasing, whereas production is taking place only in a few places. So transportation facilities, that is also part and parcel of marketing. Okay, Similarly, we have different utilities also. So farm utility, time utility, place utility. Then similarly, we have ownership, possession utility also. Ownership means, see, owner is situated somewhere. I mentioned owner is situated in Mumbai, whereas here we are purchasing. So how it is possible? Ownership transfer, how it is possible? See, from producer, from manufacturer who is situated in Mumbai, what he is doing? He is purchasing the raw material, first of all. He has to create farm utility for the product. So he purchases raw material from a producer, from a supplier. He will convert it into finished product in Mumbai, sitting in Mumbai, establishing a factory in Mumbai. So he will transfer the goods to wholesaler or his agent. Agent will in turn supply to the retailer. From retailer, the finished product will come to the consumer or customer. Is it clear? Did you understand? This is distribution in retailing. So this is retail sales. Okay. So farm utility, I am again explaining, you see, properly. For goods and services, different kinds of utilities will be there. Utilities need to be there. Farm utility, raw material will be converted into finished product. Time utility, godowns, warehouses, with the help of warehouses, with the help of godowns, goods will be provided to the customers throughout the year. Whereas place utility, with the help of transportation facilities, even though the manufacturer, even though the producer sits at a particular place, consumers who are spread across the world, who are spread across the country, will utilize the product. So ownership, that is possession utility. See, retailer will help the customers in purchasing those products, in getting those services which are required by the consumers, which are required by the customers. So these kinds of utilities you can see. So this is possible with distribution management, ownership utility, transfer of goods from one particular producer or offerer of service at a particular point. The ownership will be shifted to, will be transferred to, will be distributed to the final consumer, the ultimate consumer or the ultimate customer. Okay. Similarly, other kinds of utilities are also there. These utilities you should know. Okay. And ownership, distribution management is possible in ownership utility. It is responsible for ownership utility, providing ownership utility. If retailers are not there, let us take for example, there are no retailers, only manufacturer is there who is sitting in Mumbai, whereas we are sitting in a village, in a remote village in Telangana state, in India. See, if there is absence of retailer, the distribution point is not there. We ourselves have to go to Mumbai and we have to purchase the product. We have to get the service. You see how much difficult it is. So distribution management helps in ownership utility. Utility, as mentioned by your friends, it is usefulness. Okay. How you are able to use a product means the product can be used with the help of farm utility, with the help of time utility, with the help of place utility, with the help of ownership utility. Not only that, sometimes you will have knowledge utility also. What is knowledge utility? Knowledge utility means you do not know about the product or you do not know about the service. What you have to do? You have to watch advertisements. In the previous class, we have learned what is that? Retail communication mix. Retailer will provide all information regarding the goods and services that he or she is offering with the help of retail communication mix. So knowledge utility is provided by advertising. With the help of advertising, we can get some knowledge about the products or services that are available in the market. Am I correct? Did you understand the concept of utility? Utility, as your friend mentioned, Karthik mentioned it as beneficial. Okay. And it refers to usefulness of a product or service. It is possible because of form utility, time utility, place utility, ownership utility, knowledge utility. Okay. I hope you understood the concept of utility and you understood the concept of distribution. Distribution facilitates ownership utility. Okay. Now coming to our fifth unit. Okay. So distribution management may be defined as the management of all those activities which help in supporting the movement and coordination of goods from one place to another place. Okay. See, distribution here is mentioned as movement. Movement. This word is important. You see, in the entire sentence, this word is important. Movement, transfer of goods from one place to another place. In our example, I mentioned the producer is situated in Mumbai, whereas we are situated in a remote village in Telangana state. So the movement is important of goods and services. Movement should be there. Without movement, they will not reach the customer. They will not reach the consumer. Manufacturer is here. So distribution management supports movement and coordinates the supply and demand of goods. See, we demand a particular product. Just now, I am taking the help of a computer or my desktop to teach you. See, I am demanding a desktop. Whereas how to supply that? The producer who produced this is situated in Delhi. His factory is situated in Delhi. He has to supply it to me. And demand, as in the first year, in the first semester, you learned demand curve always slopes from left to right, whereas supply curve slopes up in opposite direction from right to left. This point is known as what? Did anybody remember this point? What is this? Please type in the chat box. What is this point? This point is known as what? See, this is the DD, demand curve. This is supply curve. They both intersect here. This intersecting point is known as the dash. What is it in the first year, first semester business economics class? I mentioned it. What is this? This is denoted by an alphabet. What is that alphabet? Yes? All of you have forgotten, it seems. This is supply curve. Okay, fine. Okay, this is demand curve. Let us take, for example, this is supply curve. Demand curve, as you know, slopes from left to right. Supply curve slopes from right to left. Okay, this is known as, this point, intersecting point is known as what? I denoted it with one term, with one alphabet in your business economics class, in the first year class. What is it? Equal is mentioned by Aditya. Not equal, you are near, but that word is not exactly matching. That is not equal, but it is equilibrium. Equilibrium point it is. Did anybody recollect it? Equilibrium, the state of being equal. Here both demand and supply will be equal. At this point, this is denoted by E, English alphabet E, capital E. E stands for equilibrium. Did you recollect? Thank you, Aditya. We have recollected it since. Okay, now. So, are you able to see this again? Are you able to see this note? Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. So, now you can see. So, movement of goods from one place to another place that is transfer of goods from the manufacturer to the customer. So the ultimate customer is known as distribution. So distribution management is going to refer to all those activities which help in transferring goods from the producer to the ultimate customer. Producer to the ultimate customer. All those activities that are involved in transfer of goods from producer to the ultimate customer. Here, producer will purchase raw material from raw material provider. Okay. So after purchasing the raw material, he will produce the goods. He will transfer them to the wholesaler or his agents. And from agents to retailers, it will pass. From retailers, it will pass to the customer. In this process, what happens? The wholesaler or the agent, the retailer, or the producer or the manufacturer will take the help of various kinds of utilities. Just now we have discussed, no? Those are farm utilities. From raw material will be converted into finished product with the help of farm utility. Then place utility. See, raw material is going to purchase from a remote village near Delhi, and that raw material is transferred to producer with the help of place utility. Okay, he will convert it into finished product with the help of farm utility, and he has to keep those goods and articles in a godown to take the help of to provide it to place the time utility. Okay, because immediately the finished products will not be purchased by the wholesaler or his agent. Sometimes he has to keep in warehouse, and they have to be kept in godown. So the time utility will be there. And about the goods and services that he is producing, he has to inform to the public with the help of advertisements. That is knowledge utility. Okay, so all this distribution takes place. This is why it is known as a distribution, and it is possession utility. Possession utility is a result of distribution management. Without distribution, possession utility is not possible. Possession means possessing, the state of possessing, the state of having. The customer wants to have that product, but they are in the original position of the producer. How they reach the customer, how possession is possible for the customer means with the help of distribution management only it is possible. So distribution management refers to all these activities. What are those activities? It is farm utility, it is place utility, it is time utility, it is knowledge utility. Okay. So all these utilities are included in the concept of distribution management. I hope you understood. Yes, did you understand? So that is why you can see in the definition also, you can see. See here in the definition at the end you can see time utility and place utility. So distribution management is responsible for creating time utility and place utility. How time utility is possible? The goods are kept in godown for a major point of the time, sometimes up to consumption time. Similarly, how place utility is possible? Because of the system of transport. Because of the transport system, place utility can be created. Place utility can be done. So that is what you mean by saying distribution management. That is the concept of distribution management. Distribution management includes all the activities that are necessary, that are required in movement of the goods from one place to the other place, from the producer to the, or from the supplier of the raw material to the ultimate customer. Okay, in the process, various kinds of utilities will be required. Those utilities are farm utility, place utility, time utility, okay, knowledge utility, okay, possession utility. All those utilities are required. Okay, now coming to role and functions of channels of distribution. So different channels of distribution will be there. See, what are the channels of distribution? What do you mean by channel? Channel means, in simple terms, it is flow, movement from one place to another place, flow of something. See, when we switch on our TV, when we turn on our TV, what we have to do? We have to, what we will do is, normally with the help of what you call remote controller, with the help of remote control, we are going to search for the channels that we are interested in. Okay, similarly here also, in case of distribution management also, we take the help of different channels in reaching the customer. See, what are the different channels? See, here producer is there, directly customer is there. Sometimes producer directly sells to the customer. Sometimes producer will transfer the goods to his agent. From his agent, customer will purchase. Sometimes producer will sell to the agent. From agent, the goods will be transferred to the wholesaler. From wholesaler, directly customer will purchase. See, sometimes from producer, agent will purchase. From agent, retailer will take. From retailer, directly customer will purchase. Sometimes you see, from producer, agent will purchase. From agent, wholesaler will take care of the goods. From wholesaler, retailer will take care of the goods. And from retailer, customer will purchase the goods. So these are the different channels. See, this many channels are there. Similarly, other channels also exist. So that depends on the nature of the goods. If they are easily perishable, if the goods are, let us take for example, they are fruits, vegetables, or what you call as flowers, then directly producer, without this much mediation, directly may have to send it to customer. Or only one broker, one agent should be there in the middle, and directly to the customer he has to sell, because they are non-durable goods. They are immediately perishable goods. The nature is such that you cannot take a lengthy channel, because in the process goods will damage. If they are flowers, or if they are fruits, or if they are vegetable, means it is very difficult to hold those food articles or flowers or fruits for a lengthy period of time. But nowadays you can see, just now I mentioned, 10 minutes back, with the help of cold storage facilities, you can hold them for some time. But normally goods which are easily perishable, which perish in a very less time, it is very, very difficult to hold them in a lengthy channel. So the wholesaler, the producer, the manufacturer will have to choose certain channel of distribution depending upon the nature of the good, depending upon the situation, depending upon the goods with which he or she is operating, with which he or she is producing. So what is the role? What are the functions of channels of distribution? See, in order to improve the efficiency of the system, distribution is required. I mentioned only manufacturer is situated in a city, in a Delhi or Mumbai, whereas customers are spread across the world. It is without the help of distribution channel, it is virtually impossible. Without an iota of doubt that it is, goods cannot be reached to the ultimate customer. Ultimate customer cannot enjoy the possession of the goods without the help of the channels of distribution. Okay, there is not even an iota of doubt that for the efficiency of the system, distribution channels should be there, and they should be chosen in a proper manner. Okay, So with distribution channels, what they will do? They will enable smooth flow of goods and services. So I mentioned, no, I cannot go to Delhi or Mumbai to purchase one cell phone or to purchase one laptop or to purchase one computer or to purchase one TV. What I have to do? I have to visit a nearby shop where retailer is selling directly those electronic goods to me. So for the smooth flow of goods and services, distribution channels are very important. Channel management, selection of the distribution channel is important. See, decrease in transaction cost. See, with the establishment of distribution channels, what happens is transaction cost will become less. It may be for the producer, it may be for the customer. The costs involved will be less. See, you see, I mentioned in the example, goods are produced. Cell phone is produced in Mumbai. If I have to go to Mumbai and purchase cell phone, means it requires much cost for me. Price of the mobile phone will be manifold when compared to if I purchase the phone in my locality only with the help of a retailer. So distribution channels ensure distribution channels result in decrease or reduction in transaction costs. Without them, so much of amount of customers have to spend. So that is why distribution channels are very, very important. So acts as an intermediary. The intermediary means what? A mediator, a broker. So channels of distribution, if they are chosen properly, aptly, correctly, what happens? They act as an intermediary. Intermediary means in the middle. See, you have, after your 10th class SSC, you directly did not reach a degree. You have taken the help of intermediate college, intermediate certificate is there in between your SSC and a degree. So that is acting as a mediator. Intermediate education is acting as a mediator between your 10th class studies and your degree studies. So if buyers and sellers, they cannot meet directly. Means here seller refers to direct producer or manufacturer. Without the help of the brokers, without the help of the intermediaries, without the help of the distribution channels, they cannot meet each other. So distribution channels, what they are doing, they act as an intermediary, act as a not. It is, you please change this sentence, act as an intermediary. Okay, you rectify it in your notes. Act as an intermediary. Distribution channels act as an intermediary. Okay. Then coming to next one. See, maintain large stock of goods. See, in our houses we cannot hold a large stock of goods because we do not have that much space in our houses. So that work is done by warehouses. I told no, place utility, time utility, farm utility. Likewise, different utilities I mentioned. So in order to maintain large stock of goods, channels of distribution help the producer, because the producer himself cannot construct, cannot maintain huge godowns. They are maintained by agents, they are maintained by wholesalers, they are maintained by retailers. So in order to maintain large stock of goods, channels of distribution help the producer, help the manufacturer. Okay, they may be ordinary godowns or sometimes cold storage godowns. I mentioned for vegetables, for fruits, for flowers. See, our fruits now coming season is mango season. Now mirchi season is going on. In the mango season, you know it. Our Indian mangoes are being exported to foreign countries. So how it is possible? Till the consumption of mangoes takes place, they have to be kept in cold storage houses. Okay, so maintenance of large stock of goods is possible with the help of channels of distribution. If they are chosen properly, if they are selected properly, aptly, correctly, then it is possible. Maintenance of large stock of goods is possible. Okay. Here I stop because I am running out of time, dear friends. Thank you very much for coming to class. Okay.
Understood, sir.
In the next class, I will continue. If there are any doubts, you can ask me now itself, or you can type in the chat box, or in the next class also you can raise your doubts. Okay. Sai Sriram, you joined belatedly. For the last 2-3 classes you did not attend. Please watch YouTube. The previous classes, you listen to those classes. You view those classes in YouTube. Okay. Vasculati Puja, no doubt. Thank you very much, dear